It's podcast time. Welcome to the Relationship Goals Podcast, episode 16. Your starting lineup today. On the right side is BJ, and on the left side is Melly. And in the back, watching us, Flash.
We have our audience, Flash.
Technically, he would be the defenseman, and then me and you would be the forwards.
Okay.
And then we're not playing a goalie.
You guys are our goalies.
Oh yeah,
Relationship
goalies.
That's your fan base name.
Nice. I like that. Good idea.
Yeah, so it's nighttime, everybody. And when we say that with a K.
And then for you people who live in Vegas, you know why. Because we are the home of the defending Stanley Cup champions, your Vegas Golden Knights. What I love about October in Las Vegas is that it's hockey season. That means me and Melly get to watch our Stanley Cup champion Golden Knights play on the ice again. And why the Golden Knights are so special to me is, if you know me, I'm a tremendously big sports fan. But I also grew up on Guam, meaning I never really had a home sports team just because, small island, nothing out there. You kind of just pick teams via whatever's popular, or if you have like family that like a specific team, you kind of get that passed down to you. So when I moved to Vegas, we still didn't have any sports team. Pretty much just UNLV was our main sports team if you went to college out here. And then back in 2017, thanks to Mr. Foley, he brought in an expansion team to the NHL, which ended up being our Golden Knights.
And if you know me, you know that I'm not a sports fan at all. But I did grow up in Vegas. I've lived here pretty much my whole life since I was in first grade. And my family is from the Bay Area, so my family does have their loyalties to the teams over there.
Bang, bang.
But, as someone who isn't into sports, I wasn't into those teams either. Growing up in Vegas, it's a melting pot. Everyone has different teams. No one's like unified in liking one team. So when the Vegas Golden Knights came, not only were they the first professional sports team, they were Vegas born here, but they really brought the city together when we had that incident on October 1st.
Yeah, the mass shooting. So that was definitely a crazy time, really tragic event, but having the Golden Knights really did help like the whole community just get together behind something that was very fun and enjoyable to watch. And then they were that first season was really, really awesome,
And I still wasn't into hockey. I knew that they were in town and like games were happening. We did buy tickets to a game because I did want to go to a game, and they were really cheap back then. I think they were like $40. And I bought it for months out. Like I wasn't going to go to a game until December. BJ was following them and, watching their games, and I still wasn't like into the hockey thing. But once I went to a game, it completely changed. If you have never been to a game in person at the T-Mobile Arena, also known as the Fortress, then you haven't been to a game. I've been to other games at other arenas, and this arena is completely different, a completely different vibe. Like the atmosphere is just insane. And just seeing everyone like liking the same team. And, Vegas is very showy, so the entertainment is...
Yeah, it's top notch. So it's kind of like not only exactly what Melly said, but just the music, the ambiance, how T-Mobile is set up. It's such a great venue to watch the game too, because there are pretty much like good seats everywhere. Some other venues I've seen or I've heard or I've talked to people who are hockey fans, and then they lived in other, on the East Coast or in Canada. Sometimes you don't really, their rinks aren't built really good, so you could have like a crappy seat. But pretty much what consensus they've always told me is like there's not a bad seat at T-Mobile, with how it's built and how it's like leveled, and then just the experience. So I have like regulars who are from big hockey towns, like not only in the East Coast, like Boston, New York, but also from Canada too, like Toronto, Montreal. Actually, I know a guy who's from Montreal, and then they tell me that it's one of the top experiences in the league, and it's been that since their inception in 2017. So that's coming from longtime hockey fans who have pretty much watched hockey throughout all the NHL teams and their cities.
Yeah, we went to a game in Los Angeles, and their music was like an organ player.
Yeah, that's Staples though. So that's like also the thing they use for Laker games.
And I'm like, what is this? Like so old music.
Yeah.
Like we have a DJ at ours.
DJ, drumline, lights.
sometimes you see videos on YouTube and you see all the comments and everyone's just like, why is Vegas like this? And it's like, hello,
It's Vegas.
It's Vegas.
It's Vegas, baby, Vegas. But yeah, for people who are listening to it that aren't hockey fans or trying to get into it, hockey is a really fun sport to watch. When I was younger, I actually did kind of watch it a little bit because I remember when like Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin got drafted into the NHL. So it was hard for me to watch it though because I never really liked the team. I have family who live in Calgary. I think they're most of them are all Flames fans, but I don't want to root for their team. Sorry. So having the Golden Knights was definitely my intro, like full intro into getting obsessed with hockey, and then just loving the sport ever since, like learning everything, and then just the excitement of the game. I'm definitely not just a big Golden Knights fan, but just a fan of the sport in general. Like I like other players too. Connor McDavid, you'll win one soon, buddy. Because I think when it comes to like sports I like to watch, since I still consider myself an athlete, or the sports I played, like my two favorite sports to watch is actually hockey and basketball, just because I suck at both sports. Actually, I never played hockey, but I suck at basketball, so those are my favorite two.
Yeah, those two sports are the sports I can watch. I used to watch basketball games in like high school, middle school. Both sports are very like fast paced. I feel like I could follow them. Other sports, I'm just like, eh. And hockey was really easy to follow. And when I went to that first game, I mean, I didn't really understand what was going on still, but obviously, like, we were scoring and everyone was like, cheering. And I was just like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
That became a thing that me and BJ started going to more games. Like, we went to multiple games that season, and we try to go to at least like a couple of games every season. And sometimes we have group games. Like, we've been with our friends a couple of times and my family a couple of times.
Yeah, super good events to enjoy with our family and friends, especially, people who have never seen them play. It's kind of like when someone comes to Vegas or someone's new to Vegas, if it times well with a Golden Knights game, it's something definitely we try to take them out to get the real experience of how Vegas is growing as a sports town.
Yes, and many, many games later, here we are. But okay, my favorite part during every game, I can never miss it because it's literally the best thing ever, in my opinion. It's the very beginning when they're playing they're drumming and they're playing the song, and the helmet just starts going down on the ice. Once it hits the ice, it does that, that sound. That I was about to do it.
And it shows like the light on the ice.
Yeah. That's how you know it's nighttime.
And then they play the John Wick song.
Yeah. And that is my favorite part every game. I always have to watch it. If I miss it, I never missed it. But if I miss it, I would be pissed because it just always gives me chills. And I always have to record it because even though it's the same thing every time, I'm just like, this is the best.
Man, I wanna know how the players feel. They probably are so hyped to go through go get on the ice after that.
Yeah, T-Mobile Arena just something else, and I mean, it's a really nice stadium too.
Yeah, just like high-fiving people after we score goals too. It's fun because like in a sport like hockey, similar to soccer, getting a goal is like not the easiest thing to do. Versus like football, I feel like it's easier to score a touchdown, or you see more touchdowns scored than a goal. Like if you were to equal it out, and then basketball, obviously they score a lot of baskets, but when you're in a tough game and then you get a goal, it's like, I don't know, it just feels so, you get such a big burst of excitement, dopamine, adrenaline. You start high-fiving people. Yes, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, over the years, I mean, me and you kept up with them, and we've seen their highs, we've seen their lows. We've been to a lot of their events, some signings. We've been to their practices.
The only thing I've never had is I never have seen any of them in person, like
randomly.
Yeah, randomly. Dude, I've seen like a couple Raiders, and they've only been here a couple. I'm like, man, like I've seen Marshawn Lynch, like, where they literally live near where I work. Like, how come I never see them?
Oh no, and they're always in the area that we're always in. Like the nail salon I go to, all the wives and girlfriends go there. So how I never run into any of them, Same. I don't know. How many years have just flown by with these people? And I always will have a special heart for all our original misfits.
First season, original team will always be super special for what they did to help our community heal and just the run they made. For them to go to the Stanley Cup and then, unfortunately lose to a legend in Alexander Ovechkin and his team. So, now because we're winners now and we have a Stanley Cup win, that I can look at that season and just kind of enjoy it for what it is, not have like that bitter taste of losing at the end, but enjoy like the accomplishment of being an inaugural expansion team and being able to go to the Stanley Cup, because that's crazy.
Like, can you imagine if we won that first year?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been sick, but I think losing it and then winning it now allows you to kind of enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. For games, we always try to go to like the home opener, or we try to go for our anniversary, my birthday, if we want to see certain teams, but usually like around those kind of events. My birthday's in December and it sucks because I am a water person and I can't go in the water in December. And there's not much to do in December for your birthday either. So going to hockey games was a nice like addition to do. And I love doing it. Games are so fun. If you haven't been to a game, I definitely highly recommend you go to T-Mobile Arena specifically. I was able to take my whole family to a Golden Knights game, the kids included, and everyone got to experience it together. And even during that game, my niece was on the Jumbotron. That's always my goal too. Like every game, I always want to be on the Jumbotron. And I mean, I have been like slightly, but not like full on just me on the Jumbotron. But I always try. And then there was a game my cousin took me to, and I was like 3 rows behind the glass, so you could see me very clearly on the TV. But I don't know. I just want the attention. I've seen my cousins get the attention a lot. And
they get like glass seats.
They always get glass seats. They always buy last minute right before the game starts, and they get the glass seats, and that's just too much anxiety for me. Like, I need to have a plan.
That's a really good seat though.
We haven't seen many losses in person.
Yeah, me and Melly's record is probably like let's say hypothetically we've watched 25 games. It's like 22-3.
Yeah, I would say that.
We're good luck.
And one of the games that we went to with our friends, like this was my worst fear. There was like, I don't know, 25 of us going to a game, and my worst fear came to life. It was
against the Rangers and we lost 5-0. Man, I was so pissed off that game.
0-5.
Yeah. We lost 0-5. Same thing. Like Rangers scored 5, we scored 0. We had a donut. I was so pissed that game. I literally left. And then for like the second and third period, I was just walking around T-Mobile moping around because I was so sad.
Yeah. That was a bad game. And that was my fear of like bringing everyone to a game and we didn't even score 1 goal. Like, it's okay if we lose, but it's one thing to lose and it's one thing to not score a goal at all.
Now it doesn't matter ever. And then even if we go to a game and that happens again, I'll be happy because I'll just look up and then see that banner, 2003 Stanley Cup champs, and it'll bring me back to a good place. Never have to worry about them needing to win a championship. And if you think about it, like I have regulars who are fans of hockey teams that have been in the league for 30 plus years and have never won one. It's crazy. Sorry for you guys. You guys will win one soon, eventually.
Yeah, I'm glad we experienced a win. And I mean, we really experienced it because we were there.
Yeah, it was crazy. Outside of T-Mobile, the clinching game, Game 5. I'm so glad they didn't sweep in Florida too. Because obviously a win's a win. So if they did win, I would still be happy. But the fact that they were able to clinch at home, I know a lot of the players talked about that too. Just being able to clinch it in the gold jerseys at home, T-Mobile, 9-3.
Let's talk about it. So BJ didn't even want to go to T-Mobile Arena. Okay,
I'm superstitious. Okay. I've had a lot of heartbreak with teams, so I have like weird superstitions, and I'm just like, sometimes I feel like if I'm thinking about it too much or if I'm there, I'm like bad luck. I'm not the only one. I have friends who are listening to this podcast that think that way too. So
the last time we went to T-Mobile Arena during a playoff game, we lost, and BJ, thinks certain things like, oh, if I'm wearing this shirt, I can never wear this shirt and we're gonna lose, things like that.
All guys do it for the most part. Every guy who's a big sports fan has some sort of thing they think about that is like bad luck or voodoo or tradition or superstitious. Come on, I'm not the only one.
I had to beg him to watch this game outside of T-Mobile Arena because they were playing it outside on the screen. I was like, come on, what if this is the last game? Like, wouldn't it be nice to be there? And I really wanted to watch it over there. So we did. It was crazy. Parking was difficult. We parked in a parking lot that, is would tow, but everyone was doing it. So I was like, they can't tow everybody. We were all thinking, yeah, we can't all be towed. And we continued walking and it was packed. Like, it was like little sardines in there. And we were pretty close to the front when I look at it. Like, I thought we weren't so close, but we, like, looking at it overall, like in a bird's eye view, seeing where we were in a pretty good spot.
Just, yeah, it was a lot of people, especially when we got there. It got even more packed, as the game progressed. But man, I was so anxious that day, just thinking about it, just overthinking, just being like, oh dude, if we lose, like blah, 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 just having those kind of like negative thoughts. But Melissa is the person to be with whenever, because she's so positive. And then she was like, she believed in the boys and started getting me to believe in the boys. And then when that first period hit and then we scored those 2 goals, I was like,
when they score, they blare that goal horn and you can hear it from outside of T-Mobile Arena too. So we're all screaming, everyone's high-fiving each other.
Yeah, there was, I think the second goal, the one Hague scored, like it was like, it kind of, our connection to the video didn't, like, it kind of paused. But then you could hear the goal horn, so it was just like everyone was high-fiving, and then you saw the goal get scored, but we heard it already, so that was funny. And then so glad that we just blew them out that game, because it just let you kind of enjoy and like soak in the moment. Like by the time the second period was done, we were probably up. We were up 5-2 or something, 5-1. I have to go back to it. But we were up multiple goals pretty much. There was no way in hell we would have been able to like lose that game, because I know the boys wouldn't let that happen in the third. But it just allowed me and Melly just to, like, that whole third period, just kind of soak everything in. I just remember like the people enjoyment. People were getting drunk, having fun, high-fiving. There was a family next to us, and then there was like a kid. The kid was probably the same, maybe like 10, definitely like old enough to acknowledge what he was experiencing. And in my head, I'm just like, man, that's really cool for him to see this.
And because we were scoring so much, like everyone was just so hyped. We didn't have any service there, so I couldn't even like debate with anyone about what was going on.
Same.
So, I mean, it was just me and BJ in that crowd in that moment. And we didn't even move. Like, we never even went to the bathroom.
Yeah, my feet hurt so much. We were just standing. I should have wore different shoes, but
yeah, it was so fun being there. I made a little recap video because the emotions were just crazy, and we got to see a lot too, like the last seconds, and everyone was like cheering, everyone was crying. BJ was crying. T-Mobile screen showed like Stanley Cup champions, and it was like, oh shit, like we won, and we were all singing "We Are the Champions" together.
Yeah, that was dope.
Like, it was like things like that where it was like, I'm so glad we were here in person.
It was funny because a lot of people said that the outside was more lit than the inside. And then this is from people who were actually inside the game, watching the game.
I mean, we weren't seeing it in person, but seeing it on the screen and just knowing that they were like...
That's pretty much in person.
right next to us.
Yeah, that's pretty much in person.
Was very cool, like very emotional to see like the Misfits be the starting line. Very cool to see them like all hold the cup and go down on the skates and like take their picture and whatnot. That heart picture is my favorite picture. It's like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And when we were walking back, because we always park where Oyo is, because it's free. When we were walking back, you cross the bridge and you see all the casinos. They changed their marquees to say like, what a night, congrats to the Golden Knights, like things like that, what a season. And it was so cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was better than the parade.
Yeah. The parade was chill. It was cool to do that too, but that was epic. And then the fact that our owner, Bill Foley, he called it, cup and six. That was wild.
Yeah.
He legit called it. He legit called it from the first season. And then now we're even more hated because we're Stanley Cup champs, but it's okay.
So yeah, we also went to the parade, and I mean, we didn't really see the parade because we wanted a good spot for the rally.
Well, the good thing about the parade too is that my brother was able to travel back here to.
Oh yeah, he's crazy. Yeah. He literally flew before we even won, and I was nervous.
He was confident, so.
I was nervous about the time frame because I was like, I don't know when the parade would be, and he just, took the chance and flew for 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I'm glad I was able to share that with him because we're both big sports fans.
Yeah, and the parade and rally, we stood where we wanted to stand for the rally for hours, and that was difficult to even like get out of either. If you wanted to go to the bathroom, you wanted to get a drink, anything.
That sucked.
We waited all the way until nighttime for the rally, and the rally was pretty entertaining though. Like all the guys were drunk, especially Wild Bill.
If you guys didn't see it, you had to find a video of his speech at the rally. Most epic championship speech ever, pretty much.
You would even see us in the speech because we held up this VGK sign. We were pretty noticeable in the crowd, and it shows like a little clip of us on some news station. But yeah, that speech was like the best, the funniest thing that happened, and just watching everyone celebrate was pretty cool. When we were watching that video on the screen, I barely was even able to see the drones, but I thought they were fireworks.
Yeah, the drones that they had. I didn't even know they had those. I only saw it after. I'm like, what? There was this? And you smell like, yeah, I saw it.
I thought they were fireworks because
I wasn't paying attention.
they look like fireworks. And we were with all our friends for this, so it was nice to be like with everyone for this part.
Yeah, me and my brother took a cute picture together that we sent to my mom, you know, because she always has to have the pictures of us when she posts on her Facebook for her birthday. So he liked that one.
My brother and my nephew went to the parade too, but they went on the outside, like they just saw it.
They saw the buses and everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to watch that too. It's just that, you know, you got to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
So maybe next time we'll watch the parade.
Back to back.
And then, yeah, now they're back. And the first game, when you're listening to this, the first game happened yesterday, opening night.
A little season preview for y'all, you know, coming from a devoted fan. So we are the reigning defending champs. And then obviously going into a season, it's hard to win any kind of championship, but trying to win back to back is even more of a challenge. Tampa Bay did it recently, so hopefully we can kind of do the same thing they did and make a run. This year's team is pretty much the same team that won the cup. Unfortunately, we had to trade Riley Smith in order to have cap room for
so sad.
Other
he
players.
Was my second favorite player.
Yeah, but thank you, Riley, for everything that you've done for us, and I hope you have a tremendous year in Pittsburgh playing with Sidney Crosby and them. But yeah, so this year, as a fan, I'm really looking forward to just, you know, the team doing the best that they can again. Praying for no injuries, even though the sport's very tough with all the hitting and then the physicality of the sport. So I just, you know, don't want anyone to have any injury at all or any major injury. I think Jack Eichel, number 9, was probably our best player overall on the team. I think he has a monster season. He's fully healthy. He's confident. He's coming off a Stanley Cup win, you know, so I'm really rooting for him to get over 100 points this year. I hope Mark Stone, our captain, stays healthy the whole year and has a good point total too. I think our goalies are going to be a great tandem, Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill. Aiden was unplayed most of the time during the run, and he had like a crazy Stanley Cup run, so hopefully that translates to the season. Our division is a pretty tough division. You know, we play against we're in the same division as the Edmonton Oilers, who have the best player in the world, Connor McDavid, on that team, and they're very hungry. You know, seeing us win the cup, he hasn't won one yet, so he's going to be, you know, really pushing hard. The LA Kings look good too. They picked up a lot of good players in the offseason, and they've just been building their team really good. Also, the new expansion team in the Seattle Kraken, they have a pretty good squad. They made the playoffs last year, and they actually beat the reigning champs from the previous year in the Avalanche. So it's gonna be fun. I hope we get to watch a good amount of games this year live. Hopefully, I get to see. I like when every time I'm watching a game other than a win, I just want to see a player get a hat trick. I like when people throw their hats onto the ice. That's fun.
So going back to why the Vegas Golden Knights is also so important to us is because it is a team we both love, and it's a team that we bond over, a sport that we bond over, because, you know, BJ loves sports and very big sports guy. So when he sees that I like a sport, I
get very excited.
Yeah.
It's just something to enjoy together. Melly loves going to events, and most events she likes, you know, I'll go, but a sporting event like this is something that I truly enjoy, and I know she truly enjoys. And I like that we can enjoy it fully because she enjoys the production, trying to be on TV, and then just seeing the atmosphere, music, and everything like that. And I enjoy that too, but I enjoy the sport itself.
I enjoy the sport too.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she does. She knows hockey, you know. But like Melly does enjoy the event itself too, to go along with it being a hockey game. And then she does know a lot of the players, and she keeps up with them through social media. So it's something that we both are very attached to, and hopefully in the future be able to take, our future kids to and enjoy that as well. Yeah, it's a tremendous way to spend good quality time together. It's something we truly bond over, because we both consider Vegas our home. So it's our true home team that we both enjoy. And then just games like this, because it's like one of the beauties of having a professional sports team is the ability to enjoy these moments, enjoy the games, rock the gear, have something common to talk to with other people or enjoy with other people. And then it's something like for me, because like I said so many times during this episode, it's like I'm a big sports fan, but I don't push the sports I like on Melly. I let her kind of just enjoy whatever she wants to enjoy, but she truly enjoys hockey. And it's something that she likes and she will watch herself and she'll pay attention to, and she knows. So I'm just happy I have one sport with her that we can enjoy together.
Mm-hmm.
Our color scheme is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because those are your favorite colors.
Not my fault.
You know what I also like is when we're wearing like Vegas Golden Knights apparel out in other cities and you recognize someone else wearing it, or someone knows that you're from Vegas just because of that. Like my sister does it all the time because she lives in San Diego. It's her way of connecting to her hometown. And I mean, when we wear it in San Jose, though, it's kind of like, ooh, we got a lot of hate. But
well, sorry, Sharks fans, but your team sucks and they're gonna continue to suck because you have no one. You signed that horrible deal with Carlson. Luckily, you were able to shed it for a little bit, but hey, don't hate. Okay, you have your Niners. Enjoy your Niners. They're good. And then if you guys are Warrior fans, Warriors, just enjoy your teams that are actually good, and let us enjoy our team that's good. Okay.
The Vegas Golden Knights is really special to us and really is a really big part of our household. Our garage has a big Vegas Golden Knights logo.
That Melly always tries to show our neighbors.
I know.
Leave the garage open.
I know. A neighbor would be passing by and I'd be like, wait, leave the garage open. I like showing them because they always look inside and they're like, whoa, look at their garage. It looks so cool. That's our team, and good luck to them this season.
Go Knights, go. Go Knights, go.
I mean, there's just so much about the Vegas Golden Knights that we love. And again, it's just like our thing that we bond over. Very good to have something like that in a relationship.
I think a really cool future thing that I hope we can do is watch a game in Calgary against my family's team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to see a game in Canada. But that's all we have for this episode.
Yeah, thank you, goalies. We're making that stick. You guys are our goalies.
And you guys can find more on our social media platforms at Relationship Goals Podcast.
Catch you guys later. It's been real. Bye, goalies.